Okay, so I gotta ask. I'm super curious. I'm totally wondering. My little spidey senses are curious. So what can you tell me? Have you ever been catfished? I am Jacqueline, founder and creator of Discover Love Matches. Now, my agency, we actually get to know our people before we tell anyone about one another. We host events so we can see you on the video. You're not just a voice, you're not just an email. We make time to meet with people in person and virtually. There's so many ways that we do the best we can to pre-qualify people. Well, recently I started binge watching a little Catfish the show. I'd watched it years and years ago, but really lost interest in it for a few years, and then just recently popped back up into my mind and started checking it out. And I kept thinking every time I watch it, oh my goodness, I'm so glad I do what I do for people. I am so incredibly grateful that I at least know these are real people. And you know what's amazing is almost 11 years of me doing this matchmaking craziness, we have never, ever, ever had somebody go on a date and tell us later that the person wasn't who they said they were, that the person was rude or disrespectful. We've never had a complaint about a single date. Now, mind you, the sparks aren't always just shooting off the rafters because chemistry is a very unique process. But what I love so much is that nobody has ever been bad, disrespectful, unkind, rude, ghosting. Even if they lose communication afterwards, they can find out from us what's going on and we will find more answers if needed. Where in the catfish world, there's a lot of crazy people out there that are lonely, they are desperate for attention, interaction, and they're often really beautiful, gorgeous people that are just kind of hiding behind a persona. And what we do is to bring you forward and make it so that you're proud of who you are, but that the right people get to meet you. One time, years and years ago, we had a member that went and ended up being catfished and not telling me about it until after because he knew I was going to tell him. We talked about this. This is not what you're supposed to do, but he went out on a limb, did it on his own. And there was somebody he was talking with. He thought they were totally connecting, but of course, never ever did he hear her voice or see her on video. It was all through chat from some other site out there that's not ours, obviously. And the person was all focused on coming to visit, thought that there was some really cool sparks happening. And then he said, okay, I, absolutely want to. And then the person's like, oh, but my phone's not working now. So he sends her money for a phone. Then he sends her money to buy a plane ticket. And then he finally goes, okay, something just doesn't feel right, as they've got the hotel, the plane ticket, all these things are supposed to be happening. And this person's supposed to come out and visit. He then calls the number and some man answers with a very angry, aggressive, completely scares my client to where he actually goes out of town for a couple of weeks, worried that this person's going to come or that it was never even a woman that he was talking with. And a few $1,000s later, it was just money gone in the wind. And it was a lesson learned. And of course I said, hey, if you just want to blow some money, I'm sure I can find somebody that will happily take it from you that you will actually meet. Haha, you can take me shopping, dude. And so we laughed about it, tried to help him feel better. But the bottom line is, it was really easy to lure him in. And then before he knew it, he thought he was special and unique and that he was helping this person out, to later find out that this was never a real person. This was somebody who was just scamming for money. And then the more that I've watched the Catfish show, there are people that this is their profession, to go and make fake profiles, talk with people, and get money out of them. It's just shocking. Like, we never have this in ours. And again, this is why I do what I do. I'm about quality over quantity. People get so focused on how many people can I meet, when I'm like, especially during a pandemic, you only need to meet a few people as it is. And you want to know that the best of the best are getting your energy, your thoughts, your focus. Watching this show and seeing people that had talked to someone for 1 or 2 and 3+ years, on an intimate basis, yet never once heard their voice, never once saw a video or a picture of them that was current and interacting. There was nothing. Like, as soon as you do some of the things that I teach clients to do, of do an image drop search and realize that person isn't even real, it's amazing what we will do because we're so hungry for love and attention and affection. And seeing all of these people on the show, I was blown away because these are really attractive, educated, competent people that fell to the idea of having someone care so much about them. And that's what we want. And the thing is they were often talking to someone that was filling that need, but they weren't able to connect on an in-person level because the other person was incredibly insecure. And that is fascinating when you really think about how much we don't understand that we have to offer another person, but how easy it is to kind of get lured in by someone's attention, somebody's interest, even if it means sending them a few dollars here and there. So I want you to know that when you're part of what we do, we bring people to life. We're here to bring your profile to life. That's why we host events. That's why we do activities. That's why I personally communicate and connect with each person before they are approved into our agency, because nobody wants to be catfished. So I would love for you to drop comments below if you are one of those that has an interesting catfish story. It totally intrigues me. I have to admit, I'm pretty amazed I haven't heard more stories of people outside of my agency getting catfished, but I am grateful that my agency, this is never an issue. So just remember that this is a great time to date. This is a wonderful time to get out and meet people. And I want you to have fun, but be a little cautious and make sure the person is who they say they are. I am Jacqueline, founder of Discover Love Matches. Let's get you finding love, enjoying love, and keeping love, because there are so many amazing singles eager and ready to be discovered by you. So show up to be loved up.